Blazquez here, certified personal trainer, professional natural bodybuilder, professional physique athlete, and triathlete. What I'd like to discuss is foam rolling today. We have a firm foam roller, and we have a soft foam roller. Some of the advantages of foam rolling are absolutely phenomenal. If you're unfamiliar with it, this video will definitely help you. It's a basic instructional video. Foam rolling has been around for a couple of years. Research is now just starting to come out. A lot of times that's how research is. Different methods and techniques of training or injury prevention will be kind of practiced in the trenches or anecdotally, and then later on the research comes through to confirm it. But that's not always the case. Of course, sometimes research will sometimes touch on an issue or topic or subject, and then after that, it's put into practice. Anyhow, what I'm going to use is I'm going to use a soft foam roller, and I'm going to work on this foam roller in some of the more common areas in the body. But in particular, I'm going to work on the foam roller, on the IT band. It's kind of a hot area in terms of people needing to see relief there. So I'm going to go ahead and demonstrate some of our favorite foam roller techniques. Basically, it's not necessarily a rocket science, although it actually can be, because I've had clients and this is actually, it takes a lot of instruction. For me, I guess this is what I do, so I'm kind of familiar with it, very familiar. But what I like to do is I like to hold myself up on this arm, okay? I put this foam roller, I like to actually kind of stagger it to the left, because I want to have room to move this foot so I can start to maneuver. So let me just start rolling. All right, so this will be one pass. So right here, I'm on the gluteus medius, intensa fasciolata, that flesh. You can kind of roll into it a little bit. This is side. This is, I call this lateral mobilization. It's almost like you take the muscle fiber and you just kind of twinge it in between, across the bone. And then see what happens is you have to kind of start the foam roller here. I was actually about to go off the mat. But we start here, come all the way to the knee, all the way up to the hip, all the way up to the knee. Just like that. A good number of passes would be about 10 or 15, just to kind of warm it up. And this is just the lateral aspect. Of course, you can also get an amazing stretch. Let me show you the stretch here. I bend the back knee, okay, so I actually bend the back knee like that at a 90-degree angle, and then I drop the hip towards the floor. And I also kind of, just kind of drop that hip towards the floor. Maybe just a little bit of an anterior pelvic tilt, not much. And that's a great stretch for the IT band right there. And it's a different kind of stretch because the foam roller is kind of stabilizing you right above the knee. Okay? A lot of times when people stretch the IT band from a standing position, their foot's on the floor. So your point of application in terms of force, starting point is the foot. Here, you're actually starting at the knee. So try this. It's a very phenomenal stretch. It actually is a nice complement to doing this. If you do this right and you stabilize your pelvis, your hip will actually either touch the floor or maybe not. But if you actually can palpate your IT band and feel that it's taut, you're getting a phenomenal stretch. So I like to do a couple passes here, and then what I like to do is I like to roll to the center and get the teardrop or the vastus medialis. That muscle also is great to roll because it tends to get tight. And then I like to, right there on the inside. That's more like the medial border of the femur. I'm almost like in between the vastus medialis and some of the adductors right here. It's pretty deep. And then we come a little bit to the groin, then I stop there. Then I come straight on with the rectus femoris, inserts onto the pelvis, and then just coming, this is like more like the center quad, just coming straight down the middle. And then I'll get the lateral quad, because there's a difference between the lateral quad or the vastus lateralis and IT band. I mean, they kind of are adjacent to each other, so you can certainly kind of I guess tee them out or partition them out a little bit. So I do that side to side roll right above the kneecap. You don't want to roll on the kneecap. You definitely don't want to do that, but you certainly want to. I like to roll at the tendinous junction sites of a lot of muscle groups. In this case, the quadriceps and the IT band. The IT band inserts right there on the, if I'm not mistaken, it's the, I don't know if it's, I don't Not sure if it's a lateral condyle, certainly in that area. Lateral side of the knee, and then obviously the quadriceps, they form the patellar tendon, which passes through the kneecap and then becomes a patellar ligament. Difference is tendon attaches muscle to bone, and then a ligament attaches bone to bone. It's great. And when you get we call this a hot spot, or we call it, I forget the more common term, but basically when you get a spot, a sweet spot, and you get a spot where it's tight, a trigger point, I guess, you hold it there. You can kind of just hold it, and you can actually sit into it more. What you're going to do is you're going to cause, this is called the SMR, it's a self-myofascial release. Oh wow, right there. I'm getting right there. That's right there at the IT band junction. Right where the vastus lateralis connects with the IT band. It's right there. It's like a fusion. It's absolutely getting released right now. Wow, and I'm rolling into it. See, if you shift a little bit, you really feel phenomenal changes in the way this feels. Ooh, wow. Yep. Oh, man, that's amazing. And one way I like to test to make sure this is different is I like to go into this stretch. If you sit back on your heels, I like to keep my heels together because they splay out. I feel a difference between my right and left quad. This is a great way to assess the effectiveness of IT band, foam roll, and particularly for the IT band. So anyhow, I'm going to go ahead and foam roll my other side. But I hope this was helpful. This is foam roll is phenomenal. I know I have my video, the world's best IT band stretch, which I certainly am glad that it's been helpful for many. But I think that that video would be incomplete without foam rolling. Foam rolling does wonders for the IT band. Let me show you from this side. I'll go through a few passes on this side, positioning the foam roller here, so it's not out here, but here. And then just get a couple passes. All right, so you just, the right side here, just get a couple passes here. You know, it doesn't have to be slow at first. I like to just kind of, it's almost like a warm-up. I like to warm up my IT band with a couple rolls first, a couple passes. Then I get down to the nitty-gritty. Right here, I like to do a little side wall roll. Here, here. Now notice, there's points here. Hand point, foot point. If I didn't have any of these on the ground in this, it would be a lot of pressure on there. So basically it has to do with physics, action, reaction, okay? Newton's third law, I suppose. And well, actually, that's what it is. But basically, I have 3 points of contact, or more like 4. This hand, this elbow, this foot, and then that foot on the ground, even though it's not really helping much, it is in contact. So 4 points, but 3 working points here, the hand, the elbow, and this leg. If I really wanted to make it more challenging, I would simply just do this and just roll with this top leg off. Now, that's going to really kind of intensify the pressure because you have less support there. But sometimes that may be necessary, especially if you've done this enough. Whereas if you're just starting out, you certainly want to do this. And by the way, you saw how I bent this back knee? That actually makes a huge difference. A lot of people don't know that. That actually makes a tremendous difference because it changes the length tension relationship of the IT band and the quadriceps. You're actually kind of getting a different effect doing it this way. And when you expose that muscle to the different ways, you're going to actually hit. Okay, so it's kind of like the more attempts, the more different things you try, you end up like process of elimination, you find a solution. So certainly incorporate this, and then still keeping that knee bent. And I like to just right there, ooh man, there.